Final Score Friday. Sponsored by Richmond Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics and Loyalty Automotive.
I want to welcome everyone back who is watching us online and streaming tonight's show. This is something we're going to call the fifth quarter, where Sean and I just take a look at three of the biggest games of the night and give some extra analysis and what we saw from behind the camera and what we heard on the sidelines for each of these games. Our game of the week was Hopewell, number 6, at number 2, Varina. Kind of a tough test for Hopewell because they're getting the defending state champs, whom head coach Marcus Lewis said were deeper and faster this year, and you got to see that firsthand tonight.
Especially on defense. This was a team coming off a state championship, the first state championship in program history last year. For them to be deeper and faster was scary. Hopewell, though, really good. 10 straight postseason appearances for head coach Ricky Irby. But things did not start off well for the Blue Devils. Opening play of the game, Mason Cumbie, the Buffalo commit, had his pass intercepted. Varina goes right down the field. They score immediately on the touchdown to make it 7-0. We had 6 turnovers combined in the game between both teams.
But one of the things I found was interesting was this was a 28-0 game at the half. In the second half, outside of a late
very late. It was near the end of the game, actually. It was on a fumble recovery.
Yeah, so
it was basically even.
I was going to say, was the second half basically dead even?
I think it was dead even, but I think both teams were trying to be cautious of more injuries. There were a lot of injuries in this game. For Varina, at least 9 to 10 linemen went down with injuries, mostly lower leg injuries in this game. So I think for Varina, they wanted to be more cautious and not going to Glen Allen with more injury and more depth concern, especially after this game against Hopewell.
There were a lot of people surprised in our CBS 6 910 The Fan coaches poll that the Blue Devils weren't number 1. Seeing as how they were the defending state champs, they obviously haven't lost a game yet, but the coaches voted Highland Springs slightly ahead of Varina.
And I heard that going up to Varina. They were asking, why weren't we number 1? I was like, it is a coaches poll. They make the decision, not us.
And it kind of, I believe, if I'm remembering rightly, Highland Springs got 13 first place votes. Varina got 9, so it wasn't exactly all that close. I think in the points, they were about 10 or 11 points different. Yeah. I mean, obviously, these two, unfortunately, they won't face each other in the playoffs. They will face each other rivery week
at the end of the regular season. On a Thursday night.
On a Thursday night.
On a Saturday, but it'll be on a Thursday.
So it'll be interesting to see if they're both undefeated by the time they get to that point, because Highland Springs went back on the road again this week. They hosted Julius Chambers, a national powerhouse team out of Charlotte, North Carolina. They hosted them last year, and Julius Chambers got them up here at their brand new field last year. So Highland Springs had a little bit of revenge on their mind. Aziz Foster-Powell had 2 first-half touchdowns. They were down 14-0 in this game, and the Springers scored 20 straight points to take, actually 26 straight points to take a 26-14 lead, and Christian Martin had a bit of a coming-out party tonight.
Big game. He had over 300 yards of total offense. He had 167-ish through the air, another 130-plus on the ground, 2 touchdowns. This was like his coming-out party, and the coaches have said all offseason his growth, it was more noticeable, especially how he led the team in practices and things of that nature. They expect big things from him this season, and he showed that Friday night.
So that is a huge confidence booster for Highland Springs, being able to go down there, avenge last year's loss, come from behind to do it, which a lot of kids in that program are not used to doing, because they've been in front the whole time, and until they get to the playoffs, they haven't really needed a reason to come from behind all that much.
And the thing with Coach Lauren Johnson is he kind of sets them up in situations where they may be uncomfortable, a little bit uneasy. Case in point, you're down 14-0 on the road. Probably nothing to them. They score 26 straight and hold on and get their first one of the season.
And that's only their first trip out of state this year. They will travel to face Martinsburg, West Virginia later in the season. Again, another trip out of state for Lauren Johnson's team. The other state champs that were in action last night, King William coming off their first state championship in Class 2 since 1990, taking on Goochland. Last year, these two played out in Goochland. It was a very tight game.
Yes, it was.
Last night, King William got on the board first, and they scored, I believe they scored the first 21 points of this game. It was 7-0, and then
the block punt
Goochland scores on a block punt right here. But our guy Rick Stokes, who was out shooting this game out in King William tonight, said that Goochland struggles a little bit. They need a couple of more skill guys, or they need to develop their skill guys a little bit.
Alex Ruth, I believe you ran his sound early on Friday. This is going to be a young Goochland team, but I think it'll get better as the season moves on. They only had 5 offensive starters back. All were on the offensive line, so that's the positive. The negative was all the skill players are new, and they were thrown into the fire against the defending state champs in Class 2 in King William, who have some new faces as well. But this kid, Trey Robinson, I think he's the real deal. The quarterback last year, that is his brother, wide receiver. He is going to be, I think, something special for Scott Moore down at King William this year.
And you can't really replace Mr. Everything, who is now at Wake Forest.
Claiborne.
Claiborne, who did everything for them last year and is now playing on Saturdays for Dave Clauston down at Wake Forest. And
that's what Coach Scott Moore said. He said the new running back at King William, we're not asking him to be Claiborne, just be himself. And if he does that, they should be fine, and they got off to a good start.
And by the way, great to see Coach Moore on the sidelines. He's been dealing with a bit of a personal issue all through training camp. Wasn't sure how much he'd be able to be with them this year. He is back with the team, and we hope that for his sake and the team's sake and his family's sake, he gets to stay with them for the entire season.
14 straight wins, King William. That's going to be a team to watch out for in Class 2.
Now check your schedules, because next week being Labor Day week, there are a bunch of games on Thursday night. We will try to have the update for you coming up on Monday. We will have our brand new coaches poll top 10 Tuesday.
And one big game on Saturday to speak of.
Oh, that's right.
Benedictine host Trinity. In the private ranks, it is the rematch of the state championship game in Division I in the VISAA. The Trinity won. You were there in overtime, won by a point. Benedictine gets the rematch at the Abbey Saturday afternoon.
That's going to be a great one. We want to thank all of you for watching the 5th quarter here on our streaming devices. Sean and I will see you next Friday night for week 2 of Final Score Friday. So long, everyone.